Hey ladies, welcome back to the channel. It's so nice to have you here. My name's Yang, and if you are new here, I'm the founder of Aspire Coaching, and we've helped over thousands of women now get in their best shape, tone up, and do so in a way where they can still enjoy their favorite foods, their cultural foods. And in today's video, I'm gonna dive into a very common question that I get asked, which is, should I do classes or should I train at the gym? What's gonna give me better results? What one's going to be better to help me tone up, to feel more energized, to get stronger and fitter? So if you have been stuck wondering which one's better, where should you prioritize your time and your energy and your finances, this video is for you. Firstly, let's break down the differences between the two. Now, what I mean by group classes is the likes of F45, Barry's Bootcamp, Pilates, yoga, spin, so all of those classes. And when I say gym training, what I mean is really just focusing on strength training, so having a progressive plan in place where you are going in and you are lifting and you are getting stronger. Now, here's one thing that we really need to know before even going further into the video is that if you want to build muscle, if you want to tone up, which requires you to build muscle, you need to strength train. Now, that primarily comes from resistance training and not group classes, okay? So if you are wanting to build muscle and tone up, that needs to be a core foundation of your workouts. However, there are definitely benefits for both classes and strength training, right? So let's actually get into those so that, again, you can make the best choice for yourself as to what you need. And also at the end of the video, I will tell you also what I would recommend based on obviously having worked and transformed thousands of women around the world, and also having gone through my own fitness journey where I've tried other classes, and I've also obviously really dedicated myself to gym training, and where now I do a combination of both, and I'll go through exactly what I do now as well at the end of the video. So firstly, what are classes great for? I think classes are amazing for those who also want a social aspect to their fitness, right? If they just want to be in a place with perhaps like-minded people, like-minded women, get a sweat on, move their body, exercise, but in a way where it's social and you're not by yourself. I think classes as well are really great if you are looking for something fun to do with cardio, because a lot of it will be cardio based, right? Something where you just, again, want to get a sweat on, really bump up your heart rate and just have fun. They're also great if you want to get into like a routine, but you don't really have a proper plan in place, and you also don't really want to be thinking or overthinking your workouts, and you kind of just want to show up and just have someone tell you what to do, and you're fine with that. However, what I would say is with classes, obviously they don't focus much on progressive overload. They don't really have much structure in the sense that you're not going back every single week doing the same exercises to become better at them, but there's a lot of variety, right? So whilst you may burn fat during these workouts, what's going to happen is, again, if you are really looking to tone up, you will not see those results because you don't have a plan in place to actually help you build muscle, right? So you may still look a bit soft. You may feel obviously stronger, fitter, which you will, right? If you are constantly working out in general is great for you. But again, if you want specific physical results, that will come from that strength training, that resistance training at the gym, and not these classes. So now if we talk about strength training, what are the pros of strength training? Number one, obviously, is going to help you build on that lean muscle, right? Which is needed if you want to look toned. Number two, it's great for boosting your metabolism because ultimately, ladies, if you have more muscle mass, your metabolism is going to be faster, which means that you can actually eat more whilst just sitting there still, right? You can eat more without putting on body fat. If you had two versions of you, one with more muscle mass, one with less, and you both just sat down the whole day, did nothing, the one on the left would burn through more calories than the one on the right, and therefore could eat more without doing anything and still keep that weight off. Next, obviously improving posture, right? If you can improve your strength and your muscles and your back, you're going to be able to sit up straight. You're going to remove that back pain, which I know a lot of people get from just having sat down desk jobs all day, right? But it's also amazing for your bone health, ladies. As we age, okay, our bone health is so important for our longevity, our ability to stay independent, right? To get up from a squat, to get up from the toilet, go upstairs, pick up the groceries without pain. And that strength training is so important for it, okay? So for our muscle health, for our bone health and our bone density, weight training is so important. So now with these two things in place, obviously the classes and the strength training, what's the best for you and what should you go with? In my personal opinion, now again, if your goal is to tone up, right? If it's to build muscle strength, but also to improve your fitness, I would say number one, if you have limited time and you're like, Yang, I can only really commit like 2 or 3 days to my workouts, I would focus on just strength training and getting into the gym with a proper plan in place and just progressing on those exercises. The reason why I say that is because strength training has to be the foundation of your workouts, right? And if you have limited time and you don't have the ability to do everything that you want, focus on the non-negotiables and the necessary workouts rather than the additional nice to haves. Now, if you are someone who's like, I don't care too much about strength training and my muscle mass and toning up and bone health, which, to be fair, now saying this out loud, it's like, why would you not care about your bone health? But anyways, let's just say you are. I mean, you're just like, I just want to move. Then obviously the classes are a very easy way to do so, and I guess a low barrier to entrance to them, right? But again, in my opinion, having worked with so many women already and transformed their lives, and actually having seen how weight training has transformed them, their confidence, their life quality, and even their health, right? Weight training is amazing, again, for your bone health and even for, your blood sugar. So, seeing all those benefits, I can tell you now that you want to be focused on strength training. But again, if you have the luxury to add a few things on the side, I would say have strength training as your foundation, let's say 3-4 days a week, and then maybe add 1 to 2 classes in your week as well for that social aspect, right? To just have fun with your movement, because I think, again, your fitness journey has been enjoyable. It's fun to add different things to see how your body moves in other ways as well, right? But again, that is only a nice to have when you've got your strength training on lock, that foundation solidified. So if you're a beginner and now you're like, well, how do I get started, Chingyang? This is what I would do. Firstly, if you only have, say, 2 days a week, 2 or 3 days, focus on a full body workout regime. So focus on progressive overload, getting stronger, and really nailing your form on those key compound movements. So this looks like the squats, right? Your deadlifts, leg press, right? Your shoulder press, bench press, lat pull downs, right? Really just nailing your form there. And finally, if you're someone who's like, I have a few days for classes, mix in 1 to 2 classes. Now, one could be maybe a cardio-based class, right? Maybe it's HIIT, if that's, at a particular time of your cycle, or maybe it's Pilates, right? But adding those in to, again, see how your body moves in other ways and being able to also challenge your body in other ways, right? And the final thing that I do believe we need to touch on is, again, your workouts will be a component of your fitness journey, but also what's super important is your nutrition. And I have made so many different videos on nutrition. Just go through my channel if you want to go through them. But a quick note is that regardless of what kind of workouts you do, whether that's strength training or classes, if your nutrition is not on point for your body and your goals, you will not see those physical results, okay? Nutrition is what ties it all together. So again, if you're looking to, say, lose body fat and tone up and build muscle, I go through nutrition in a lot of different videos. Just go through my channel there. But please make sure you also do have a proper plan with your nutrition. So personally, what do I do at the moment? So currently I'm in a phase where I just want to maintain my body. I want to be just strong, fit, and healthy. Like my goal really right now is just like health and longevity and staying in shape. I spent many years just focusing on strength training. In my early 20s, all I did was 5 times at the gym, strength training, right? So I'm happy with the amount of muscle mass I have. I'm happy with my strength. I know that personally I am very strong. So now my goal really has just been obviously enjoying the workouts, my strength training, maintaining and improving my strength, but more so also incorporating more mobility, more Pilates, yoga, and other forms of movement into my day. Obviously I run my own business, so part of it is also making sure I have enough time for all these different things. So I really have not been able to do 5 days of weight training anymore, but that's also okay, because look, if you can do at least 3 days and you have a proper plan in place, that is more than enough, okay? Obviously, if you have the luxury of time and you enjoy getting to the gym more, amazing. You can play around with different splits. But personally, right now, I'm doing 3 days at the gym, mainly focusing on my lower body because I built my upper body quite a bit during my bikini days. So I'm happy with my upper body, but I want to build on obviously my glutes and my hamstrings a bit more. What girl doesn't want bigger glutes, right? But I also do around 2 days of Pilates. Now, if I'm like on my cycle or just feeling tired, right? What I will do is I will substitute maybe a weight training day and do an extra Pilates day. So it's very flexible at the moment. I will do a bit of low intensity cardio. So that's really just maybe the stairs or like just walking. I make sure to get around 15K steps in per day. That's just a personal thing I do. You don't have to copy it. 10K is more than enough, but I just do enjoy obviously keeping my knee nice and high and just moving, especially if I'm always at my desk, just getting like a trim, like a walking pad underneath so that I can work in, type of way. But that's my current goal and my current regime at the moment. Again, don't copy me. It's really based on your body, your current goals, where you're starting from, right? If I was starting my fitness journey again, I would do the exact same thing, focus on weight training only if I have limited time, 4 or 5 days, 3 days if I can't make it, but really just focus on building muscle, building up my metabolism, getting hella strong, right? Creating that really strong foundation before I start adding in other things. So yeah, I hope that this video was helpful, ladies. I hope you guys got to take away a lot of value from it, and I hope that this can help you on your fitness journey, especially if you are at the start and you again just want to make the best use of your time and your energy, even your money, right? invest it in the right places. Now, if you would like some one-to-one coaching, we do offer that. Me and my team have worked with thousands of women around the world now to completely transform their body, their confidence, and most importantly, make it a long-term lifestyle change, a sustainable change. If you're someone who's like, I'm committed to my goals, I just want to do things the right way, just have a proper plan in place, I don't want to waste more time or energy, like just tell me what to do and I will do it, then you sound like the perfect girl for us. If you're interested, just flick me a message over on Instagram with the words coaching and just tell me you're from YouTube, or just fill in the link below and I can reach out and then we can get to know each other and just see if we're a good fit. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me on this video. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you have the most amazing week ahead and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.